Oh, we should do a show. How about that?
Yeah, we should.
Why not?
It's worth
Ham, have you
considering.
said anything?
Barely.
Okay, there you are. There is a ham.
There is ham.
There is no ham. This is not the ham you're looking for.
All right, it's October 19th, 2014, and you just happen to be watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Hello, gentle people of the world. Welcome to episode 447 of Mods on Air, bringing you the week in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I'm Foyleman, also on the show. We got Stryder back with us. Hello, Stryder.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, and Ham. What's a morning without Ham?
Hey, tis no morning. Hey.
It's not. I know. All right.
There is no morning.
This is a show about video games and our own personal opinions, which may be offensive to some. So stay tuned if you like to be offended. All right. Let's get into it.
In your way.
Yeah, we got a few things here to talk about, including we're going to be talking about things that are offensive to people. There is at least one topic here that upset some.
BO.
Guaranteed.
BO is offensive.
Back off.
Black Ops.
Black Ops, yeah.
Black Ops.
All right, the Master Chief Collection.
No.
Here's a game that was just released, and as soon as you install it, you have to download your 20 gig patch.
And this is after you download it.
No, you have to buy a Blu-ray and install all of that onto your hard drive.
Yeah, a 45 gig Blu-ray.
See, to me, this makes no sense. If you're going to release a 45 gig game, you'd best make sure that you don't need a 20 gig patch. And I mean, this is going on to consoles that have fixed hardwares. So there's no, oh, well, we didn't realize that there'd be a different driver here or a different driver. You know, this is fixed hardware. There is no reason for this whatsoever. That you should have to download half of the game content again.
If this could happen, break it up into pieces.
Yeah. There's no need for this.
Release it as DLC, the working version.
The 20 gig DLC patch. Oh. Just about lost my coffee.
Oh, no.
The game you actually pay for DLC.
You know, and I watched some of the video of this. It's remakes of all the maps. You know, six of the maps, whatever. Mm-hmm. They picked 6 of the quote unquote best Halo maps, and it's just you're paying for the same content again.
Oh yeah, well that's what this is. It's remastered.
But Halo is just a bunch of fanboys. And they'll pay for anything. It's the same as the people that play Call of Duty now. They could release Call of Duty 28, and there's still going to be 500,000 people that say it's the greatest thing on earth, even though it's just like...
Even though you couldn't tell one from another.
Yeah, it'll be Call of Duty 28, the 8-bit version, going old school back to, you know, the original Call of Duty. And all they're going to do is they're going to, like, remaster the disc, reprint it, and sell it to you at $80. Well, mind you, it'll be $180 by then.
We're all fans of something. Come on, if I put out a new gold edition or a bronze edition of id Software Quake 1, Ham's going to run out and buy it.
That's probably true, but
a bronze edition. Yeah, it's not quite worth the same. It's kind of brass. It's kind of like some tin and some copper mixed together.
We're being realistic about it.
That's not what he
We've actually removed some features that we thought were a little bit too.
But this though, okay. So if there's like a Quake collection, and everything that was in Quake, and that was it, I'd be hard pressed. Even me would be hard pressed to go get it. For something like this, I feel like this is for people who maybe never played any of the Halos and they want to catch up. So
like a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, like a game of the decade edition or something. Because I have found myself saying, well, if I were to, well, actually, I have not said to myself if I were to get the Xbox One, but if I were to get, I don't know.
In this fictional world, I said to myself,
yeah. I was asking around, is there a Halo anthology somewhere so that I'd be able to get all the games in one collection, because I would never buy them at this point. There's so many of them. I would never buy them one at a time, and here it is. But I still don't see myself getting it just because I'm not getting an Xbox One.
Well, here's a question for you. You are, all right, maybe you don't have a few $1,000,000 in your pocket, but you know, like whoever put together the Halo Master Chief Edition, I don't know if they had that kind of money lying around, but let's say you're a smaller studio. How do you avoid these kind of bugs that creep up on you that you don't discover until after it's released? I mean, you have a push for this release. You get it out the door, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I just found another bug. How do you avoid that?
20 gigs worth.
It's a big box. So you were talking about half the game has to be patched. I do agree that's a little bit big.
A little bit? I mean,
Yeah.
a day one patch, realistically, a day one patch should be like 500 megabytes because, we found a texture glitch or something after the fact. But 20 gigs, that means that you put no effort whatsoever into your play testing and error checking.
So a day one patch is okay, just as long as it's not that big.
I still don't even think there should be a day one patch.
That's 4 to 5 DVDs worth, or let me see, it's 4.7. It's quite a few.
It's 6 DVDs.
But
it's a 6 DVD download.
I'm going to jump back to my original question then. How do you avoid these kind of bugs? What's the process you have to go through?
Put some more effort into the play testing and the error checking in-house.
Mm-hmm. How?
And
it's pretty difficult to be play testing something for 6 months, almost every day, and then at the end of the 6 months be expected to catch something that seems so minute, but
that's their
because you're
job.
used to the process.
That's their job.
You're assuming that's the person's job. Okay, you're assuming the studio's big enough to have a person that does nothing but test.
Okay, this is Halo. This is what they,
and that's why I put that out there.
This is a big enough studio.
Yeah, this is. I think this is a big enough studio. I'm not going to say it is because I don't know for a fact.
Well,
is this Bungie? This is not Bungie anymore, is it?
No, it's 343 Industries.
Yeah. But they've got Microsoft dollars backing them. They've got a big enough studio.
In theory.
The studio should be big enough that they should be working on a project that's not just the Master Collection. There should be a team that's working on something else. The team that's working on something else should be the ones playtesting, and have some groups, revolving groups from that team,
right,
to playtest, so that you can get some fresh eyes on it. And
but not only that. You have two different types of play testing. One is to play test and see how the game plays, how fun it is, how it plays. Right. And then you've got your group of play testers that do nothing but try and break the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is their job. This 20 gig patch, I still don't understand it. That is an immense patch.
So if you have a group of, say, 3 people who play test through the entire 6 months, and even up to the last 6 months, you're suggesting that if they miss a bug, it's because they're lazy?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Because like I said, this game is coming out on Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the 360, and I'm not even sure if it's going to come out on PlayStation or like on launch. Mm-hmm. I think it's an Xbox exclusive. So your job is to go and try and break this game on the Xbox One. That's all you're going to do. You've got 6 maps and 6 months. So that's 1 month a map to explore every nook, cranny, crevice, everything. Mm-hmm. And you get hired as a play tester to find these bugs because you can find these bugs. You know how to like grenade, rocket jump, and
but the bug, just because you find a bug and they say it's patched, doesn't mean they don't introduce a new one. So you have to do a play test of the entire game as if you've never played it before.
Exactly. But I mean, again, you find a bug, you report it, they fix it, then you retest that for that bug, confirm that's gone, and you check everything else. It's your job to do that.
Yep. Okay.
And whether it's 6 months or 8 months or 10 months as you're doing it,
now
push back it's such a thing. Oh, we went gold. We're pressing these discs now. Oh shit, we should have play tested this.
Well,
that's what this reeks of to me.
There's also the possibility that they had a date already set for marketing reasons, and they're like, we got to get this game done. It's got to be out right now. We need to get the final data to the production facility right now, and it doesn't matter if you're done or not. We need to ship this off right now and print these discs. And they're like, all right, well, fine. I guess we'll just have to patch everything on day one. I mean, that's certainly possible, and that seems like something I could definitely see happening.
And that is something that the industry is driving more and more and more and more and more.
Yes.
There's two things that are happening here. If you move to digital distribution solely, you don't have to worry about this.
Why?
Because you can digitally distribute it right up to the date that you launch it.
Yeah.
And you roll out patches on a weekly basis to fix the shit that you should have fixed before you released it. But when you print a disc, all of a sudden, all these things start compiling, and it's like, oh, we got to fix this, we got to fix this, we got to fix this.
Unless it's a distribution similar to that which Apple goes through. So if you're I know it's only a mobile game, but if you have to go to Apple, you have to produce something, and they have to test it, and it takes them 2 weeks before they release it.
Mm-hmm. And on this one, on this one, because it's Microsoft, I would say that they would expedite that process.
You would think. I'm not going to say that about Microsoft.
But here's what
that they have too much bureaucracy for that to be true.
But I mean, look at Halo. Look at Halo when it came out for the Xbox. It came out. It was a disc. Here you go. It works. It's 100%. We're not rolling out any patches. We're not rolling out any DLC.
Mm-hmm.
It's your disc.
Yep.
Yeah.
You remaster it, and all of a sudden you need 20 gig day one patch before you can play it.
I know. It does seem. I don't know why you need a 20 gig. If I were to take it, the only guess that I have is because they have some sort of copy protection that requires them to produce a single executable that is ginormous, and the only way to patch it is to replace that executable. I can't think of any other reason. I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Unless there were that many problems with it that they had to pretty much replace the whole game. Then that's another story.
And again, it just seems a little monstrous, because after you install this 45 gig game onto your hard drive, you now have to download another 20 gig onto your hard drive to either patch, or the game is 65 gig total. That might be the case too. Who the fuck needs 65 gig worth of Halo? It is not that good.
The person that bought the Master Chief Collection.
I mean, they could have also discovered, I don't know, after it arrived at the production facility and the discs started being pressed, that it's like, oh, we put the wrong build on the release. This is the completely wrong version of the game. That has to be fixed.
Which again, that's 10 to 1 what happened. But it wasn't that, oh, we put the wrong version out. It's like, this is how far we've got. Let's get this gold, and we'll continue to work on it because, we're under time constraints. Well, fuck time constraints. Stop putting so much money and effort into marketing.
Yeah.
Fuck Titanfall. Titanfall's
You're pressing all the right buttons.
Yeah. I uninstalled that a day or two ago. I was just like, this is such garbage. I couldn't do it. Couldn't continue to have that take up, I don't know, 53 gigs on my hard drive.
I never installed it. I don't know.
It's just, I was playing it, and mentally I'm thinking, this is such a mess. This is a big steaming pile. There's just no reason I need to keep playing this. And I installed it. It's too chaotic, too visually. There's no visual clarity in what's going on, and it just got stuff happening. People screaming at you. I don't know whether it's voice chat or AI or whatever. It's just too much.
All right. We also have Nexus, that Google putting out a new Nexus unit. Now this, I guess, is in response to the idea that I don't think it's like part of Chromecast. I think the idea is you have the streaming to the PlayStation TV. I think Samsung has their own streamer. I think we have a bunch of little streamer boxes that are going out there, Ouya and whatever it is. Well,
Yeah.
Google Nexus Player offers streaming and gaming for $99. Being Google, I'm going to say it's probably streaming those Android games.
Yep. And the controller, by the way, is an extra $40.
Oh.
Yeah. And then it's going to give that to you for free. This is the Google Nexus Player.
And it's round, so that it fits in with everything else you have on your... Stackable. No, don't put any of your electronics next to each other. They will all melt into one blob.
It's the shape of things to come.
1.8 gigahertz. Oh.
1.81 gigawatts.
That has an abrupt ending. Okay. All right, we also have, so we have Halloween coming up. We have TERA. The game TERA is putting out a Halloween package, Revenge of Kaprima, or something like that. I'm sure there's a number of other games that are setting up for Halloween. What's going on with Killing Floor?
Oh, Killing Floor has a nice looking update for Halloween. A new map. I think it takes place in a dance club or something, clandestine. And I haven't played the map yet, so I could be wrong, but I think it's called Clandestine. It's a new map. Now, I thought they were done making new maps for it, but apparently they haven't. And they also have a mod, which again I haven't played, but
it's a mod of Killing Floor?
Yeah, and I'm not sure what makes this a mod versus like a character skin. It could just be different enemies this time. I don't know, but it takes place in like a dollhouse or a toy house or something, I think is what it's called. Toy Master, something.
I was going to quickly look it up, and there is no quick looking up of that. Toy Master on Steam. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. And
discover and download new maps, mods, weapons, monsters, and more.
It looks as if they're actually new monsters with new behaviors, but I could be wrong.
To me, like new characters.
Yeah, not just a
Darth Vader for Killing Floor.
Oh, you're looking at the workshop then.
Apparently, that's where it led me.
Well, it's they continue to impress me. They're even working on the sequel, and they're still updating, making new maps for the original.
You can change lobby videos. You mean instead of that never-ending Red Orchestra video that plays?
What else would we watch there?
We can watch
It's only appropriate.
He-Man singing.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Stuff
Awesome.
like
That's what we need. I should put that on when we play Killing Floor. I'll put that mod in, and you three are the only ones that know what's going on.
that. Definitely makes me click
like,
that
what
ready
the
up button faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, in Borderlands, the pre-sequel has been released.
What's the day one patch size on this?
They are the kind of company that you'd expect a patch for, but I don't see anything in here.
No, because it's a Steam it's a Steam release, so it's part of the game anyways.
Yeah.
But they do have add-on packs for what?
For the pre-sequel?
There's a pre-sequel season pass now available.
Yeah,
Bundles.
because they got 5 DLCs planned for, cost you another $50.
30.
Jeez.
$30 if you buy them all right now.
Yeah, so you pay $60 for the game and $30 more for 5 DLC little mini things. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? I had fun with Borderlands. I had fun with Borderlands 2, but it's
$60.
It's $60.
It is.
And then another 30. I'm sorry, that's too much money for what is there, because you get to a point in the game where you're pretty much invincible. unless you go up against like Death Boss.
And then you play with your friends, and you just keep dying and then respawning next to them while they're just running through,
Dying.
touching everything, and that kills them instantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I felt about the last one, and I was like, I'm not having fun.
Yeah, but you didn't play it enough to level up, so...
Probably why. Whereas you seem to take any moment you have to level up. You got that level appetitis that I used to have.
Yeah.
I dislike that this trend, and this is not just for Borderlands, but this new trend is to the full cost of the game is actually not $60, which I think is too much anyway for a lot of these things. But the full cost is not $60; it's $90 or $110 or $120. Because if you want everything, then that's what you're going to be paying. And so, really, Borderlands, the pre-sequel, is a $90 game.
That's if you buy it up front, so you're paying for DLC before you receive it, which I've got a real problem doing that too, because that's reminiscent of Sin Episode.
Well, they didn't make you pay for all the episodes up front, luckily.
No, but they just said, you know what, we're not going to do this anymore.
That would have been the ultimate Kickstarter right there, before Kickstarter.
I think, now that you bring it up, Sin Episodes is worth going back to play. At its release, it was, it's worth going
not long
back.
enough.
Well, that makes it even easier to go back and play it.
That's casual gaming. That was the advent to casual gaming, Foil.
Right there. Yeah.
That's like going and watching
game.
rewatching a pilot of a show that came out a few years ago, knowing that there is nothing gets resolved.
It's like shit. Now I can't remember what I was going to say. I had a good one though. It was good.
I'm saying it's worth playing because for some reason at release it got a bad rap, and I was one of the people like, this game is garbage, and then I went back and played it just to complete it, and I was like, this is not too bad after all. I don't know.
It was short. It didn't have an ending. Like Rage was long and didn't have an ending.
It was short, and it set itself up for another episode, which never happened.
It was supposed to. That was the whole thing with it.
Yeah, I think part of the criticism back then was that it also didn't have enough weapons, or it didn't give you... it either didn't have enough weapons, or it gave you the same weapon for far too long, which was a criticism back then. But I don't know, if you go in knowing... expecting to be underwhelmed, it's actually a fine game.
Expecting to not enjoy yourself.
So if you set the bar low...
Set the bar low and you'll have a good time.
You know it's going to suck, so just go in there knowing that. All right, I don't have to answer that.
Somebody else can answer that. One thing that watching this Borderlands video, and since the first one, they added more of it in the second one, and now they've added, looks like, even more of it in the third one, is the on-screen flashies to distract you from,
what's actually happening in front of you.
Well, or the fact that there's a lot of lack of content. It's like every bullet that hits, everything that happens, there's a flash on the screen and points and numbers, and it's like, why not just go back to the good old days where if you killed something, it died. You didn't have to, get a big flash of critical, instant kill.
3 points.
Need that for the kids need that these days.
Yeah, but that's detracting from quality gaming, I think.
You just don't know how to multitask anymore. You're getting too old for it.
I agree with Stryder. I've always felt that it's best when you can see the impact of your actions on the game world and on characters. I don't need to see tons of point values and criticals, and I hate when characters bleed numbers. I really don't like that.
15, 15, 15, 15. Oh, he's hemorrhaging. 15, 15, 20, 20, 20, 20.
Isn't that every RPG that has somebody that casts spells like poison?
It is, and maybe that's why I don't necessarily like them all that much.
I like that a little bit.
Really?
I'm not a fan of it.
I like casting spells in RPGs, so that's kind of why.
I would rather a character's arm get lopped off, or they get fried, or they start to move a bit more sluggishly, so that I can sort of read that without numbers popping up.
But you're right. When it comes to shooting a character, you don't want to see them bleed numbers, and that's different.
Yeah, like you look at the original Nazi zombies. You blew a leg off, and then all of a sudden they had to either limp or crawl or drag themselves along. That was awesome. Or you blew their arms off. All they could do was like bite at you. Mm-hmm. Like that. To me, that's a better visualization of what's going on as a reaction of my gameplay than if I shot him in the arm and all of a sudden, he's like Ham said, bleeding numbers like 10, 10, 10, 10. That detracts from quality gameplay.
Yeah.
I think it's just shitty design.
I agree. When that sort of idea came about with sort of standard RPGs, I could almost see why it happened. It's because, they can't put effects for everything. But
with an RPG, I can see it. Because that's more of you're looking at the entire thing. There's but with a first-person shooter, I don't think it has a place. I think it's very poor.
I agree.
Even a third-person shooter. But when you've got a top-down RPG kind of thing, that I understand, like you said, I understand the necessity for it, because there's, you're casting area spells or whatever, and you're trying to work as a team in what do you call that? The environment where there's more than just you playing in it. There's could be 100 other people in there.
Yeah.
All right. Here comes one from Crow Team. Here's a launch of a game that's trying to get you psyched up for the launch of a game. Sigils of Elohim is a really boring-looking puzzle game. As a matter of fact, I think I made the same puzzle game in one of my previous iOS games. And now you can play it here on Steam.
Is this from the idea guy?
No. No, I made
just an idea guy.
one of the early iOS games that I made for the Dr. Nano thing. One of the things was you had to put together a puzzle. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, you had to put the puzzle together, and then you had to play the puzzle sort of like a Simon Says, and then it would move on from there.
And Crow Team, these are the guys who made Serious Sam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is from the makers of Serious Sam, Tetris.
Getting ready for the Talos principle, which does not inspire me. All right. Here's.
Speaking of uninspired.
Yeah. Let's just watch the video, I guess, of bread. You are a slice of bread in this game.
Trying to get toasted.
Is that what your goal is?
Yep. Your goal is to get toasted.
Then why do you crawl on the ceiling? How do you crawl on the ceiling?
Because you're bread.
And why do you hump the frying pan?
Because you're bread.
It's all dirty now.
So
in the dryer.
This is,
you can toast in the dryer. I never thought of that.
This is the absolute epitome of gaming.
Good idea. You can throw yourself into the toilet with a radio or something like that, huh?
So
he's getting toasted.
What I've got out of this is that everybody is coming up with the most ridiculous bullshit games,
from the
all in an attempt to try and hit on what the next gimmicky rage is going to be. We've had, essentially what happened was the Minecraft came out, and it created this whole explosion of idiocy in the gaming world, and everybody's jumped on board with it now and trying to catch up to what the success that Minecraft hit on. Similar to Call of Duty. Call of Duty came out, and everybody tried to catch up to that. And then now they've gone to this retro thing. All this is, you've got Goat Simulator, you've got Farm Simulator, you've got I Am Bread. You've got all these gimmicky things that are coming out, and they're just trying to hit on what the next big thing is going to be because they have no creativity left. So they're like, what's in the bottom of this barrel? And they're in there scraping, and that's what we're getting for games. This is ridiculous. This is absolute ridiculous. Nothing against you, Mr. Indie developer that's come up with this. But it's ridiculous. This idea is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I look at the video and I fail to see the fun. What I do see is just, let's try this because I don't think this has been tried before and it might be fun. It might become the next big thing.
I think the fun is in trying to be silly with it. Make your piece of bread do silly things. You get a couple chuckles out of it and then you're done.
I could do that in real life.
Yeah,
you can.
For cheaper, probably. What's a loaf of bread? 79 cents? Like, come on.
I guess this bread never gets moldy.
Neither does Wonder Bread.
Right.
I mean, granted, you pay a little bit more for a loaf of Wonder Bread, but it never molds.
I feel like it's technically some sort of edible plastic or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's got mildew resistance. You can use it to, like, caulk a boat if it's leaking at sea or something.
Oh, caulk a boat. Okay.
Not cock a boat.
Oh, God.
Damn Canadian accent. All right.
Says the guy from Jersey.
Hello, Welshy.
Yeah, it looks like you just come in from a morning of drinking.
Oh, yeah, he sounds like it too, since there is no volume or no.
Yeah, you have to turn the mute off your mic.
What makes you say that?
That's fine. We'll let him be silent over there.
Nothing. Nothing yet.
All right,
Still
anyway,
nothing.
While he changes his settings there's a game out there called Hatred, the Isometric Shooter, that was just announced. Looks like almost a top-down angle kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the isometric view, so it's I don't know, XYZ three-dimensional view, but you'll always be hidden from a wall, so realistically it's a dungeon crawler.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you beeping us now?
I just think I heard Welshy turn on his mic.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
It was kind of better when you were quiet.
Yeah, I
could
know.
make up things, but hey, well,
You didn't have to listen to me.
Shit. This looks very
Destructive?
Oh, I saw this.
Angry?
Monotone.
Well, no,
Yes.
this came up. I saw this because there was an article about somebody going like, why would you, when there's so much media attention on violent video games and everybody's saying that this is the reason why people go nuts and shoot a bunch of people because of games like this, and I read it and thought, all right, you got kind of a point. Like, why would you do that? But at the same time, we shouldn't be afraid to make what we want just because, oh no, the media might not like it.
Games don't make people go crazy. People are already crazy.
And the whole thing is just ridiculous anyway.
guns don't kill people. Violent video games do.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, right.
It's about time you understood that. Yeah.
All right, speaking of Hatred.
Coming out, now I know what the next biggest game's going to be. Ebola, the game. Crickets chirping.
Mm-hmm.
Too soon?
There is a website actually with something to do with Ebola, which is quite funny.
Foil?
What?
The Dr. Nano expansion DLC. The Ebola version.
Oh, Here we go. How far? It's called Ebola Me, and it's how far away you are from Ebola. Hang on.
Ebola Me?
Yeah, Ebola.me. I can't post it in the chat window for some reason. I'm apparently 1,415 miles away.
Can I post?
Where do you see that?
Oh, get cracking.
There you go.
Ebola.me.
Please
I
make
can't-
tracking in your browser. I guess so. Looking myself up. 171 miles.
Where do you see that?
On the website.
Yeah, but whereabouts on the website? Because I don't.
The
Right
page
in
you
the
click,
center.
Right? The first thing you see.
Home of Ebola Me.
Nope, I don't even see that. Did you click the right link?
Ebola near me.
What were you looking at?
Ebola in me?
You told me to Ebola Me. Ebola.me.
Ebola me.
That's a different website.
Ebola
that's a
is
sick one.
Omaha,
Don't go to
New
Ebola
England.
me.
NE, New England? Where's NE? What
Nebraska.
state's that? Nebraska? Omaha, Nebraska. 1,186 miles from me.
I'm the first away. I win.
Well, I'm up, I'm up in
closest.
Denver.
I definitely lose.
Pretty sure I'm the closest, but I'll have to check.
Just click the link.
It's the PC's being slow because, I don't know why.
Because we're all hitting
Because
it.
Windows 8.
It's Windows 8.
No, because it's Windows 10 technical preview.
Even better.
Oh, God.
He's gone from being a sucker for Windows 8 to being a guinea pig for Windows 10.
It's pretty awful.
You're basically the equivalent of those lab rats that they just shock over and over again.
490 miles from me
Hey, I lose.
in
I'm dead
Omaha,
first.
Nebraska.
You're already a zombie, Foil.
I am.
Rar. Rar.
Yeah. So you want to talk about this whole Gamergate thing?
You know what?
No.
I don't quite understand it. It's
And the
just
reason
people being-
the reason I don't want to talk about it is because the more we talk about it, the more ridiculous we make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just I've seen a few. All I'll say is I've seen varying articles about it. Some on one side, some on the other side. But the best articles I've seen are the people that are just like, "This is ridiculous. Let's stop talking about it."
What are the sides? I'm not
Well,
understanding. It just-
perhaps it is blown out of proportion. I mean, we have somebody that comes up with the idea that I don't like the way that gamers are portrayed in the media, so I'm gonna start this whole campaign and blow it out of proportion. And then somebody else comes along and gets a woman who talks about gaming gets threatened by someone who happens to be in support of Gamergate, and now it's because of now this woman says all of Gamergate is against women. Is that what it is? I mean,
Pretty much. It's exploded out of essentially that
It's
and the
making
fact that
news out of nothing.
yeah, and the fact that like, oh hey, maybe some of the reviews you read are a little bit biased.
So,
And like, I already knew that, so I don't know. Like,
So I guess we should address. Well, we don't have to address anything, but the media should separately address the fact that there are women in the industry who are getting death threats because they are women in the industry.
yeah, but what it comes down to really is the 1% of people that do this do not represent the 99%.
Right.
These people
always
are
the
the
case.
ones, and this is why I think, like, as media people or whatever, we shouldn't really bring attention to it, because then you just create more hype around it, and you create more people who go, oh, I'm going to go on Twitter and make death threats because it's funny.
Perhaps this is the attention we should be bringing to it. The attention of that there is no relation. There is no
Yeah, there is no.
gamer
It's
that
all
shoots
utter
everybody.
Shit. It's
There is
all
a person that
pure,
shoots everyone.
pure media spin.
Media
and
hype because there's nothing else to talk about.
Exactly, and gaming is an easy target, and it's become so ridiculous now that we should, as whatever you want to call it, as responsible outlet, just be like, no, this is stupid. Let's stop talking about it.
hey, I never
Because
heard
it's
it.
ridiculous.
Okay.
Well, exactly. That's kind of why I've not looked into it too much, because it's so dumb.
Does that
Yeah.
clear it up for you, Ham? We didn't discuss it at all. He's like,
I think I got a full understanding now.
Yeah.
I call myself.
There is a. I don't know. I think that's where did I see it? There we go. There you go.
60
I'll give you
seconds
the
how to understand it.
Yeah. Do yourself some. You can read this at home
Something you
in
got
your own time.
Oh, it's a wiki entry. All right.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually more than an entry. It's a fucking novel.
Oh yeah.
But it's like it's the same thing as when they the gay, lesbian, transgender society whatever come out and we need a game because we're not represent what, so they make that gay fighting game, and all of a sudden they're all up in arms because they made a game about because the characters were all gay. Well, you know what?
So what?
Yeah, like seriously, fuck off.
If you like the game, buy it. If you don't. It's done.
Yeah.
Yep.
And other than that, shut the fuck up. Go back home and eat your cornflakes.
Yeah.
Or Frosted Flakes if you like them that way.
I could go some Frosties right now. That'd be awesome.
I'd actually like that too. It's been probably some years since I've had breakfast.
Yeah.
I had Frosted Flakes last night. You know what I haven't had forever though? Count Chocula. They stopped making Count Chocula.
I haven't had Lucky Charms in a long time.
I guess I missed that boat. I never had Count Chocula.
You never had Count Chocula?
No, me neither.
Oh,
I did.
I don't think I don't recall having that in the UK. Count Chocula.
Hey, look at that! You can buy it now.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
To the stores.
On Amazon, I can get a package of 4 and have it delivered by tomorrow. For $23.
Ooh.
Or
That's
I can buy
Count
one
Chocula.
box for $5 if I buy a $25 or more order. Or you can get a package that comes with Count Chocula, Blueberry, and what's the other one? The strawberry one?
Frankenberry.
Yeah, that one. All in one package.
Get the fuck
For
out.
$20. See? Amazon. I don't know how old it is, but it's there.
8 years old. It's been in the box in a storage.
No, it's actually
12
being-
years.
may not be edible.
Cereal vault cracks open and reveal which of our monster cereals stay put, which come out for Halloween. All 3 are available in General Mills.
Yeah.
I am fucking going to find some of them. Here you go, Welshy. You got to try these out.
I want me some Count Chocula.
Yep.
Apparently they even make
They're
Count
great.
Chocula General Mills breakfast bars that you can carry and just eat.
I don't want that. I just want to pour the milk in, have the milk turn chocolatey, and eat my sugary goodness.
I've only had them straight from the box. I don't think I've ever had it in a bowl.
You've never had the...
Chocolate milk.
You've actually never eaten them like cereal. You just ate them dry.
Yeah.
He was that stoned he couldn't get home without eating the box of Count Chocula right from the box.
I need chocolate power.
This gives me clarity.
Oh, foil.
And it just proves the point of how ridiculous this Gamergate thing is that we're now talking about cereal instead. It's what we should be doing. We shouldn't be talking about it because it's just feeding the
How
hype.
come they haven't made a Count Chocula video game?
Oh, I bet they have. They must have, surely, in like the 90s.
No.
Well, they have toys and games. Funko Count Chocula, like plush things. Amazon,
That's what I
Wobbler
want.
Count Chocula. But that's like just figures that you can purchase. And
I can't eat those.
Someone made a Count Chocula like NES game.
Why is this? This is funny, and you might laugh at this. I Googled Count Chocula game, and the second image that comes up is Roberto Luongo.
Who's
I don't
that?
know who that is.
either, actually.
He's the goaltender from Vancouver Canucks. Oh, there is an NES game. Oh, it's
Yeah.
homemade.
It's homemade. But maybe he really likes Count Chocula. I don't know.
You'd have to at that point.
Or is it just because he kind of looks like him?
Maybe, I don't know.
Is that racist? I don't know.
How do I close
Answers on a postcard, please.
advertisement? There you go. What am I looking at here? I don't know what this is about, and I don't care. Okay, done. All right. That's all the topics I really had.
Yeah.
That's it.
It seems like the Gamergate. There are multiple things in there sort of collapse into one.
Yeah, I mean, if this was like a few weeks ago, I'd have said, yeah, let's talk about it. But
I purposely
at this
didn't
point-
talk about it a few weeks ago.
Well, yeah, but just at this point, all we will do is fuel the media ridiculousness.
Who is this woman? What's her name?
I can't remember. She made some game, and yes, there is. You like making death threats against people is just insane. Like that's the mark of a crazy person, right?
Yeah.
But you have to separate the two things. Like, and on a side note, the game they made looks pretty terrible. But that's again a completely separate thing.
I don't want to comment because I don't think I've ever listened to this lady in any complete capacity.
And essentially, because
doesn't matter.
because of it, yeah, because
Why do
of
you need
this
to listen to her to understand why she's getting death threats? There is no need for death threats, no matter what the topic, right?
Oh, I agree. There, I'm just saying
Some topics.
Unless
I
she's
can't
trying to like
say I agree
outlaw
with her views or
bacon or
not.
something.
No one's that crazy.
Even Jeffrey Dahmer's like, yeah, no, bitch is right out of line. She's gonna try and outlaw bacon.
You can't outlaw bacon. You could try. But the bacon will not allow it.
The Underground Bacon Railroad.
Right?
There's a
Canadian
sketch
border.
in here about like where you make like a Terminator movie with it, you know, like the horrible future, but it's all about bacon.
Well, that's not that horrible.
Where you have like the resistance and they're fighting to get bacon back.
Freedom of bacon fighters.
Yeah.
It's like Red Dawn.
Yeah.
The communists, actually, the Muslims all move in and
Oh god.
take over all the bacon.
So we need to make masks that look similar to pigs' heads for the enemy. All right, is that right?
Oh, and you could shoot instead of bullets, you shoot bacon slices.
satiate them.
I think
Space bacon.
That would make them happy, wouldn't it? They're getting the bacon that they so desperately desire.
So, pigs in space is actually space bacon.
Bacon.
Pigs in space.
Oh,
That's off the Muppet Show. I don't know if you guys got the Muppets over there in Wales.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not just that he may or may not have gotten them. It's that he's too young to remember them.
Hey, I'm the grand old age of 25 now.
Oh shit! You're going to be collecting a pension before you know it.
I know. I'm looking for it. I can't wait to be standing out there and going, get off my lawn. Even though there was never anyone on the lawn to begin with.
get off my
It was a
server. That's how
preemptive
it
get
began.
off.
Yeah. Get off my virtual lawn. That's going to be the next game. Old age simulator. Sit there on your rocking chair yelling at kids.
And
Whittling.
inviting the kids over, depending on
Oh, that's
kind of an old man you are.
Hi, Kyle.
I'm gonna do a Kickstarter simulator. That's gonna be my game.
Kickstarter simulator.
Yeah, Kickstarter and early access simulator. And your job.
Now
is
with DLC.
yeah.
Your goal is to actually get your product at the end.
Well, you can play from the customer's point of view and the developer's point of view. As a developer, your job is to get as much money as possible while producing and delivering as
Nothing.
little as possible. Yeah.
Is it going to be multiplayer or co-op?
Ooh, ahead.
Either way, it'll suck.
Either way, it's DLC too.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, you can call it fuck Kickstarter.
It's a 10 meg game that comes with a 20 gig first day patch.
Audio,
Yeah.
audio, and
Day one patch.
it's all audio.
And it's only available on 3.5-inch floppies or 3.25-inch floppies.
This is what we promised you. And we deliver.
That would be awesome. Mail them out each a fucking, or even
That would actually be, that'd be more effort. To get that to happen would be more effort than to actually like put it out on Steam, because you'd have to like somehow figure out.
Oh, somewhere, obviously somewhere there is a stack of AOL discs that you can just get your hands on real cheap and rewrite them all.
In a landfill somewhere, there is.
They came in every magazine for like 10 years.
Yeah. I think it's an island. This is a garbage island filled with AOL stuff.
Put it onto one of those 45 LPs, so that they have to actually plug their record player into their modem, so it makes the right squealing noises. This is the old school digital download.
There's a video out somewhere. It's like teens react to the internet, or 90s internet. I'll see if I can find it. It's on YouTube. It's
There's
pretty
a lot of
funny.
teens react videos.
Yeah, one of them is to react to the 90s internet. And it's pretty much exactly what we're describing, where they're like, it's a video about how to use the internet. And then they sort of ask questions afterwards, and one of them is, have you ever heard of America Online? And the girl goes, no, I've heard of AOL, but that's it. That's AOL. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can find that video. It's quite.
I already
You've
found
got
it.
mail.
Oh, you already go. It's worth a watch. It's pretty hilarious.
Is it? Oh, it's kind of long, isn't it?
It is. I would recommend watching it in your own time.
I was going to play it, but it's taking too long to download. Forget it. It's not happening.
Get it. It's 11 o'clock.
All right. Yeah. I'll thank our host for, well, those actually that were here for the show.
Yeah, not the guy over there.
Hey, I put in an appearance.
That guy didn't show up on time.
I put in an appearance. That's all that counts.
Not really.
Yeah, it is.
Not really.
Yep. Collect my appearance fee, and I'll think, oh, thank you.
Fucking talking about mailing it in just to collect a paycheck.
I'm the Shatner of the podcast world.
Or show up right at the end.
I showed up. Hey, folks, bye. See you. I'm the Shatner of the podcast world.
You're the Shat, all right.
All right, thanks guys for joining me today. Welshy, thank you for making an appearance.
Yeah, it was something to do.
Thank you, Stryder, for making it for the whole show.
Hey, it's always a pleasure and an adventure.
Thank you, Ham, for being here for the whole show as well.
Thanks for having me.
That actually sounds like a pretty fun thing. A pleasure adventure.
Oh, God.
Coming soon to the Oculus Rift.
Oh, God. Comes with special cleanup tray.
Comes with special cleanup tray. Awesome.
I'm pretty sure we'll be back next week with
Unless
you want to add them to your repertoire. All right, so check us out, MODSonair.com, all of our past episodes. We'll see you. And if you liked or didn't like this episode, tell us at mailbag, MODSonair.com. Here goes. Bye. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@MODSonair.com. And please consider subscribing to MODSonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners. All right, so it's a little long, but it's a kind of a funny video. Here you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Alien Isolation, as being played by Christopher Walken.
Hey kids, it's your old pal Walken. I'm on this abandoned space station trying to escape an alien, some kind of monster. Haven't seen it yet. Don't want to. Alright, I gotta find Dr. Morley's key card.
I suspect that this isn't actually Christopher Walken.
What?
No, it's not.
Great. What's with the sirens? Shit, something is in here. Fuck, shit, hide, fucking hide, shit. Oh, that's never a good sound. Oh, definitely fucking alien. Great. Flare, a flare, that'll keep him away. I'll just throw it over here. Oh shit, why did I throw? Shit, kids, that's all, I made a mistake. Oh, that's a friggin' alien. Look at that tail. Quiet, kids. Quiet as mouse. Yeah, throw one further out.
I would have enjoyed more life lessons, little stories from him in this.
Fuck out of here,
You
kids!
know?
Come on!
How did the mouse get out of the cream?
Now what? Alright, sneaking,
kind of
good.
stuff.
I can sneak. Gotta find the doctor. Oh boy, this game has a lot of suspense. Oh, lockers, good. I'll go in one of those lockers. Hide in there. Whew. Safe at last. Aliens never look in storage lockers. I mean, why would they? Just boots, shirts, other crap. There's no people in storage lockers. No meat. Oh shit, here it comes. I can hear it stomping around.
All right.
Listen to that growl.
Now I'm bored.
Fuck me.
So we'll call it.
I'm gonna piss myself. Come on, stay out of
I
sight.
think we'll be back next week.
Don't make any wrong moves.
Have a great week, everyone.
No, there's nothing to see
Watch
over
out for
here.
those storage lockers.
And to all a
Go
great
away.
week.